Ahoy! Men in heartbreak. Today we're gonna be discussing about how men have been socialized into believing that they always need to be strong, they always need to be providers, and they cannot show their emotions. In our society, if you're a man and you express your emotions, you are perceived as weak. And in the series that I've been running, How Can a Broken Heart Kill You? I've had comments from women who believe that men are to blame for their heartaches. From what I could gather, they also believe that men don't suffer from broken hearts. But I took an opportunity and I decided to do an intervention. I just want the men to speak for themselves. So I'm giving them a chance to speak for themselves. So today we're going to be hearing comments from the men on how they feel about a broken heart and if actually they do suffer from a broken heart. But before we do that, I would just like to take you through, because for anything I just believe that you should use Google. So for everything, guys, we Google it. So I went to Google and I checked on what is being said about men in heartbreak. So I found out that from studies, it is believed that women, they experience emotional extremes after heartbreak. But men, they always tend to stay normal, but they take longer to recover because they don't deal with the pain immediately. I went into another study. I found out that in New York, it is said men don't feel devastated, especially in breakups of relationships. You always wonder when you break up with a guy and they just don't show emotion at all. It's because it is said guys take more time to realize a loss, so they just continue business as usual, but they feel the pain, the aftermath after a long time, so that's why they take longer to heal. So from that I concluded that actually men do get heartbroken, and it's just that men deal with heartbreak differently. They decide not to talk about it, and because of the society system, they feel obligated to get over the pain fast. So that's what I found in Google. I found out that men do actually get heartbreaks. So let's verify that information. Let's take a short left, speak to the men, and find out what they say about broken hearts. Ahoy.
Hayi, ngiyakuzwa. Hayi kulungile. Abaye abanayo le nkinga akayishoyo yena, mina nginalo nkinga ngi-right. I'm fine. Umtshene ukuthi ngithenge right.
Okay guys, as you have heard from the previous voice note, this particular guy feels that this disease called broken heart is only for women. Okay, so let's go and find out how other men feel about heartbreak. Ahoy. Okay, now at least we found someone who wanted to talk to us about men in heartbreak. So these are the questions that we have asked our participants. The first question was that, do you believe that men can suffer from heartbreak? The answer was yes, most definitely. Okay, so men do suffer from heartbreak. The second question was, what has been your major heartbreak and how have you dealt with it? His response was, I was once in love with the most amazing woman, but sadly she was taken away from this world too soon. It happened one day when she left home in the morning to drop the child off at school. She was confronted by her ex who was obsessed with her. They got into an argument. He lost his temper and shot her in front of her child. She could not be saved. My heart broke into a million pieces. I found it very difficult to deal with as I was very, very traumatized. I had to seek help from a professional. This was a long, painful journey, but by the grace of God, I have come a long way. Oh my, this is so touchy. The third question was, do you feel that a broken heart is only caused by a failed relationship? Can any kind of battle in life cause heartbreak? For example, losing a parent, failed business, and being unemployed? His response was no. There are many ways a heart can be broken. Many people are facing heartbreaks every day, such as abuse, gender violence, poverty, and being unable to have someone in need. So yeah, some men do believe that their there are other causes of a broken heart. The fourth question was, why is it hard for men to express weakness or their emotions? He responded that there are many reasons. Some men feel that emotional weakness is seen as failure. Society has conditioned men to see men as a strong agenda. We are seen as protectors and provider. There we go. And then number five was, do you think it's wise for a man to seek psychological help or any kind of help if backing emotionally? He said, yes, I do. I was in a situation where I was feeling helpless and I did ask for help from a psychologist. So wow, so men do believe that going to a psychologist. Number six was, what are heartbreaks that you have encountered that could have been avoided? He says he believes that everything in life happens for a reason. You cannot avoid heartbreak. So do you share your heartache with intimate partner? If not, why? He said yes, he shares with the partner. He believes it is important for your partner to know the things that you have been through. It helps in understanding each other. Oh wow, this guy is sweet. Number 8, what comes to your mind when you see a woman cry? Does it make you nervous, confused? How do you deal with it? His response was, it makes me nervous and sad. I hate it with all my heart. I try to console the man and find out what is wrong and if I can help. Wow. Number 9, what is your relationship with your mom, aunt, and your grandmother? He says no, he has a really good relationship and he can be able to share most of the things with them. The last question was, how would you advise men, especially the young men, with regards to dealing with the broken heart and avoiding it? He's advising that men should seek help and no one should go through these things alone. Most men end up being abusive due to battles they have not dealt with properly. So yes, a broken heart can make you broken and you end up hurting other people. So that's about it for today. Ahoy!